Well, another thing that's interesting is you've actually gone for the British government. You've gone to overseas. You've been to Pakistan and looked at women's issues there, and also now just recently, Saudi Arabia. How was that experience? Was that the first time you'd visited Muslim countries?
Yes, before I went to Pakistan, where I've been working for several years now, and I probably go about twice a year, I hadn't visited a Muslim country. I've also been recently to Turkey as part of my government work. And of course, each experience is completely different. And the women in each of the countries, although they're all very strong and amazing women, are very different in their world that they live in. In Saudi Arabia, which I've just returned from a few weeks ago, a most amazing experience to see such highly educated, serene, beautiful women who fully contribute to Saudi Arabian life, both in terms of the businesses they run, the work they do in hospitals, and the amazing charitable work they do. Again, we're able to come back here and break down the preconceptions and hopefully move forward together. As a result of the trip, the British Foreign Office are looking to bring a delegation of Saudi women over here, particularly to look at advancing together issues over violence.
You were particularly looking at issues over violence in Saudi
Women's
Arabia?
violence, right. We looked at all aspects of women's life in Saudi Arabia, but my particular interest was looking at issues of how they're tackling and beginning to tackle issues of violence against women and children. I was very lucky to have a meeting with a Sharia judge. I think he was terrified meeting me. But,
really? That's an interesting experience.
He was very good to meet me and has kindly invited me to come back and actually see the courts in action.
That's wonderful.
But also I met doctors there, and they're setting up a nationwide network in Saudi Arabia of specialist paediatricians and psychologists.
To report abuse?
Yes, so that there'll be special teams of doctors throughout Saudi Arabia who will identify themselves or have cases referred to them, will learn the specialist things that are needed by the courts and are working in conjunction with the Sharia courts to start addressing these matters. And I can tell you that the Sharia judge I met put me in no doubt whatsoever of how seriously he and his brothers are intending to take this matter. I'm hoping in the future that they'll have female judges.
Yes,
so
yes, I think so.
Next year they're going to have the first female law students, so that's the start.